Hey guys, so today I'm here with a tour of the Nikon D3100. So I know guys I've had this for a while, about a month or so now, and I'm still going to be reviewing it. However, I've been having a lot of computer issues lately where editing long videos at all is just a nightmare. So what I'm going to do is just give you guys a simple tour of it for now until I can go ahead and finally give you guys a review. So I've had this thing, like I said, for about a month, and I've got to say there's a lot I like about it. A couple of things I'm not quite so happy with, but overall I'm very happy with this DSLR. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with giving you guys a little tour here. One thing I really like is the size, the portability, the ergonomics, all of that I'm really liking. So with the standard 18 to 55 kit lens that comes with it, of course you can get, I believe there are a couple of other kits that have different lenses, and obviously you can buy it body only and get whatever lens you like. However, together it only weighs about a pound, and it is really pretty lightweight for a DSLR. Now, you know, that's not saying much if you're coming from a point and shoot or a camcorder or something like that. But as far as you know, I mean, it's still not all that big and bulky, and I like the weight a lot. Same goes for the ergonomics. I'll go ahead and just pull it in here. If you guys can see there we go. It's got a nice little rubber piece here with a little, your thumb fits really nicely in there. You go ahead and slide through your different modes. You can pull that. This is the live view switch. Actually, I didn't realize the camera was on, but there's a live view switch. You're not going to hit that by accident, and then if we hit this, we are recording. So pretty cool, and definitely you're not going to accidentally hit pretty much anything that you don't want. Here's your D-pad. You know, it's a pretty standard D-pad, nothing special, but it works just fine. And then you also do have the trash button, a little light that lights up when the card you're reading to the SD card, and a small little speaker. Now flipping it around to the front here, you'll find, if the camera wants to focus, you'll find a little light which helps it with auto-focusing. You'll find a nice deep grip. You know, for my hand, it fits perfect. Like, seriously, you know, you just put your top finger there. I mean, this thing feels like, you know, it's not going anywhere. I definitely do like that. For such a small DSLR, the ergonomics, they really did do it right. Now let's go ahead and just run up to the top here. I'll try to go through this as quickly as I can. We do have a wide variety of different options. You can go ahead and turn it on and off. Cool thing is, it doesn't take any time at all to turn on and off. Very cool. You can go ahead, obviously that's your shutter. You have the info button, which pulls up various things on the display, or just turns it off. You can go ahead and set the aperture here by, actually I'll just turn on the manual here and show you guys. Just by doing this. We can go ahead and adjust it however we like. Now with this lens, it's 3.5 to 5.6. You know, I'll get into the kit lens in a minute, but of course you can just adjust it depending on whatever lens you have. So you have single shot, which is pretty much what you usually do. You have burst, which, let's just go ahead and show you guys burst here. So, if I want to go ahead and take a picture, let's turn off the flash. There we go. So, let's go ahead and show you guys burst mode. And wow, I'm failing. Let me turn on sports. There we go. And turn off autofocus. There we go. So you guys can hear it. It's a pretty decent, it's respectable. I'd say it's about 3, maybe 4 frames per second and full auto. So for sports, it's not going to be too bad. And of course, you do have autofocus as well as you have that sports mode, which is pretty much what this is made for. Then you have time shutter and you have quiet shutter. Self-timer, you know, fairly standard. You click it, 10 seconds later, it takes a picture. And quiet shutter, basically just the light doesn't illuminate. It doesn't make a little beeping sound when it's autofocused, and the shutter is slightly quieter, but not a big deal. Now I'm not going to go through all these mode switches. It's got a guide mode. To be honest, I've never really gotten into this. It's super basic. I don't really think it's going to be useful, I mean, for pretty much anybody, unless you're just a total camera noob, which I hope you're not. If you're buying a camera like this, you really don't need to use the guide mode, in my opinion. You know, the auto mode pretty much does everything the guide mode does better. You know, with the auto mode, it's really simple. When you turn on the autofocus, you just point at it, and you hear the beep, take a picture, you're good to go. Anyway, you do have quite a few others, auto without flash, all kinds of scene selectors. Of course, what I usually do is just turn on manual and do everything myself. So, you know, it's pretty simple. You can do it however you like there. Up top here, you do have a little thing for the hot shoe. Pull the little piece off. You can go ahead and mount a hot shoe. Now you cannot mount a microphone. That's a fairly big downside to this camera. You cannot mount a microphone. Of course you could mount it, but you couldn't plug it in because there is no, just show you guys here. There is no microphone input. You do have for normal standard TVs, HDMI, mini USB, and a proprietary GPS mount. However, if you want to go ahead and hook it up, if you're doing mainly video like I do, there's no way to go ahead and hook this up to an external microphone, which is definitely a pretty big downside. However, if you want it to be, if you want to do pretty much anything else, it'll still work just fine. Actually, let's go ahead and just pop the flash here. The flash is pretty good. It's actually surprisingly good. I was not expecting the flash performance to be as good as it is with this camera. It's really quite respectable. It's a powerful flash, and the camera is smart enough to accurately do it. It's not gonna blow your stuff out or whatever. Definitely very good flash here. So kind of skipping around here, of course you've got the lens. I won't really talk too much about the lens. It's a standard 18 to 55. It does have autofocus, vibration reduction. It's an okay lens. It's definitely not too bad considering it comes pretty much for free with the camera. But you'll probably want to invest in something better. I know I'm definitely looking at buying myself a prime lens because this is my first Nikon DSLR. So lens is not too bad, just not anything special. You do have the button right here, which will kind of toggle on and off the flash. The cool thing is the camera can pop the flash by itself, so you don't have to actually manually turn it on. You have a function button, which is cool. So when you're shooting, you want to go ahead, like for example, I have it set to ISO. So if I want to change my ISO around, just go ahead and hold that button. Very cool. You do have the microphone right here. Go ahead and get a nice close up here. Microphone, not entirely great. It's only single channel, so you're not going to get stereo sound, but I don't have too many complaints about it. It's passable, and it's pretty much what I've been using. It's pretty much what you're going to have to use with this camera, unless you want to have a separate microphone and edit all the video and audio together. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look around the back. I've already shown you guys this side. You have a variety of buttons on this side. You've got your info button. You have plus and minus, which allows you to zoom in on pictures and navigate around a little bit. Go ahead and open up the menu. It's got a nice menu, I've got to admit. This has got a really nice menu. You can go ahead and just change all kinds of stuff. Picture control, you want to shoot in RAW or JPEG, picture size, white balance, active D-lighting. I mean, guys, I'm going to get into a lot of this in the main review. I don't want to spend the whole, another 10 minutes talking about all these different things, but it's pretty cool. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, though, is the movie settings. Now, like I said, guys, I obviously do a lot of videos. This is what I bought this camera for, is to make videos. And on that front, it's pretty good. It does shoot 1080p at 24 frames per second. I found this to be really quite good. The 720p, actually, the 720p video modes I've found aren't actually that good compared to the 1080p. I think a lot of it is just in the file. Oops, I'll turn off the screen here. But anyway, yeah, the 1080p video is definitely a lot better looking than any of the other quality settings I've found. So that's pretty much what all I shoot in is 1080p. So that's just about it, I think. Yeah, I guess that is just about it. As far as the only other thing I want to just talk about is the video and the audio. I mean, the video and the picture quality. Picture quality is really quite good with this. For the price point that you pay, you're definitely still going to get something way, way better than any point and shoot or anything like that. And the video quality also is really quite good. But again, I will get into the specifics and everything in the review later. So anyway, guys, definitely do like this camera quite a bit. If you're interested, if you're on the fence, I'd definitely say go for it. There's not a whole lot of downsides. The battery life is good. The ergonomics are excellent. The camera is really nice and speedy. And, the video quality is really quite good as long as the pictures. So there's not a whole lot of major downsides. Probably the biggest thing is just that the auto modes aren't quite that great. But of course, that's what manual mode's for, to, get that fine-grained control. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching.